Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for May 15, 2023, the Like a Cancer edition. And those words come to us from the Guardian's article about how PwC is mired in a tax scandal in Australia when it was hired to help advise the government on new tax legislation, but then turned around and gave all of that information to clients. Information was called an act of deception and betrayal, and one member of parliament likened PwC to a cancer. There's potential criminal liability in the air, and it's very, very bad for PwC. So yet another example of PwC and integrity, or lack thereof. Next up, from the Financial Times, Binance, having decided that the U.S. may not be the best place for it to be regulated, has now asked the U.K. to regulate it. Of course, since Binance has no corporate headquarters, allegedly, it's difficult to see how the United Kingdom might do this. Nevertheless, Binance appears to be running as fast and as far from U.S. regulators as they can. My suggestion would be call Mike Lynch and see how that works out. Next up, from Reuters, the key witness in the FIFA corruption trials, a former Argentinian businessman, will not have to spend time in prison because of the quality of his cooperation. No fine was imposed, although the defendant previously forfeited some $21 million plus in ill-gotten gains. So, once again, the U.S. justice system demonstrates that if you flip and cooperate, you can get out with no jail time. And finally, from DealBook, they asked the question, who would want to be a CEO? You can probably put CCO in there, given the current state of affairs in the United States. So some of the questions facing CEOs include, how should a business engage with governments in an age of rising populism and geopolitical tension? Is there a way to navigate the climate crisis without becoming a political target? Number 3, the right way to integrate artificial intelligence. And number 4, what does the fight to get employees back reveal about the end of top-down management? So when you couple that with things like return to work, hybrid work, work from home, a millennial and Generation X, and a variety of other factors, you see that leadership is as difficult now as it has ever been. So, do you want to be a CEO? Well, good luck. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.